host Blair Moon, and today I am interviewing Duane Henry, who is starring in Mistletoe in Montana. How's it going, Duane?
I'm doing pretty well, Blair. How are you, mate?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to talk to you.
Good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, Mistletoe in Montana tells the story of Mary, who's a ranch owner, played by Melissa Joan Hart, who feels an undeniable connection to Mark, played by yourself. And Mark is a single father. And in the film, you and your two children, you head to Montana for the week of Christmas and you stay at Mary's ranch. Now, kind of talk us through what happens next without giving too much away.
Oh, okay, of course. I guess we get there and I guess things ain't all what they seem. I think he's going there for one particular reason and ends up being involved in something completely different, which also is sprinkled in a bit of vulnerability and fun, and a couple of cheeky horses as well, So it's a lot of feel good moments and a lot of what's going to happen next. And, as I said, there's always a lot of love. And the fact that he's got his kids with him as well makes the journey a little bit more fun because he's got to enjoy this little, playground, so to speak, with his children there and gets to put the laptop down for a while. So, yeah, there's a lot of feel good moments in this movie and the scenery is epic, so.
Absolutely. I was going to point that out. The kids, they kind of had to put their phones away for the weekend. There was no Wi-Fi.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Blair. Like, even in like real life on set, there wasn't a lot of Wi-Fi around, So a lot of us, or a lot of the kids, so to speak, we had to just sort of figure it out and get to know each other and, treat it like the early 90s, like, hey, how are you? Not that, how are you? So it was nice to get those moments. Just, as I said, being around that scenery, it was like a rehabilitation of just setting pause on this LA life or, life is for everyone right now is pretty crazy. So it was nice to get out there and just experience that alone.
I feel like that's a lesson in general that everyone can learn. Sometimes life it humbles us. And sometimes, we have to put the phone down and we have to really pay attention to what's really surrounding us.
Yes. And then when you pick it back up, you'll have a different appreciation for life.
Absolutely.
And you just look at things a little bit different. I think algorithms can be very detrimental to young people, especially in their spirit. So I think they should just bear those things in mind.
Definitely. So in the film, there's sort of a budding romance between Mary and Mark. Kind of take us down that lane a little bit if you can.
Well, first of all, who wouldn't try and charm the pants off the lovely Melissa Joan Hart? Come on. I mean, yes, there is a lot of budding romance, but I think even more so for this, as I said, for this type of character, he's he's a Silicon Valley type of guy. He's on his own time. He's very much the modern man. And he meets someone who sort of stops him in his tracks and doesn't sort of blow smoke up his, behind, so to speak. She sort of says things how she feels and it makes him a little bit vulnerable, and humbles him as well, so to speak. So I think he likes that element about her. She doesn't bow down to him. She's a very hands-on type of girl. So the situation she gets involved in, she'll be hands-on, especially with someone like me, So, yeah.
So this film, it really looked like a lot of fun to film. There were different activities going on. There was the sack racing, there was the square dancing, even horseback riding, singing going on. So I have to imagine it was a lot of fun to film. What was your favorite scene to shoot?
My favorite film scene to shoot overall is really weird. I think it was, there's a particular scene where I'm not doing great on a horse. I'm on the horse, it's doing the most. I'm trying to like, whoa. But at this point in real life, I'd gotten really comfortable with it. But I had to play like I was a little bit like, whoa. So that was fun, playing playing like I was a little bit, all over the place with it. But I was
you were actually enjoying it.
I was in more control than people thought, but I had to play out like I was, whoa. And I was like, I knew the structure. I had a great trainer. So that was one of my favorite scenes. Just organized chaos, which was fun.
Was that something that was new to you, the horseback riding, or was that something that you had done before and had experience with?
Not really. There was a show. I did a pilot called Cruel Intentions. It was for the film, and they ended up doing a pilot. It didn't get picked up, unfortunately. But I played a young, I guess like the head CEO guy's sort of security guard, and my CEO guy played a lot of polo. So they wanted me to look familiar like I was playing polo, because it's like, wait, you're around this guy all these years and you can't play polo, you don't look comfortable on a horse. So they're like, can you ride a horse? I was like, yeah, sure. Never been on a horse before, but maybe training for a month. They took me up like Santa Barbara or something, so I got really familiar with a horse. There was nothing like this film though, in terms of the hands-on intensity, and I feel so much more comfortable than I ever done. So angelic.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Now, in this film, Mark, he's a city boy. He's from Los Angeles, and we all know LA is a very fast-paced environment. And now he gets to Montana, and he actually gets a chance to slow down and kind of take in the beauty of life surrounding him. You sort of talked about the scene, the beauty around everything that you guys were seeing. Can you kind of talk to us about that?
Yeah, well, it's actually interesting because my character sort of trying to take a break from the crazy hustle and bustle life and gets to sort of Montana, and sees the backdrops and sees the trees, sees the contrast of the sky and the element, the separation of that, just everything. And not so much for the character, although the character was stuck in his like sort of starlight. I was too, Duane Henry, like just to take a break from LA and just the crazy life. And so I sort of enjoyed the process of using that on camera, those like wow moments, and like, yo, the sky is actually really clear. I've never seen so many shooting stars in my life. Like I took some real deep breaths out there, and I think the character also did that. So for me, it was just one of those, I've filmed a lot of locations around the world, but something like that will stick for me. Everyone was very much family orientated place, and I'd love to go back there at some point, waking up to deer staring at me, just looking in my bed saying, who's that, because they put me in this cabin on my own, in this cabin in the middle of the woods. And it was just, I heard sounds I'd never heard before. I felt like I was in, like safari or something. So, and I had my little dog with me, Judas, as well. So he loved it. He's a little Frenchie, so he loved it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds like an amazing experience. So what's
Oh
something
yeah.
in your own personal life that you do to sort of unplug once you realize you're sort of just like you're on the go a lot? And what's something you do to kind of take time to relax and regroup?
Ooh, what do I do to regroup? I listen to, I'm obviously Jamaican Caribbean heritage. So I listen to a lot of 60s, 70s Jamaican reggae, lovers rock, a lot of Dennis Brown, a lot of Burning Spear, ancestral music. It sort of gets me into sort of chill out zone. So that's probably one of the first things I do every day when I wake up religiously.
Yeah.
I put a bit of Dennis Brown on or Garnet Silk. So something like that keeps me calm. And then just nature, bro. I go outdoors. I'm an outdoorsy guy. I give advice to anyone. If you're feeling a little bit down or you want to feel uplifted, surround yourself with the outdoors. Go into the woods, deep into the woods. Take a walk, take your shoes off and eat loads of fruit, especially oranges, the vitamin C, those vitamins in there will vitalize you and make you a lot happier. So things like that, when I want to get out, I just try and be around nature and get back to the basics, because nothing can beat that. I mean, I'm sure if you got a bit of money, you can go on a shopping spree, right place to shop. That can help too, but
Right.
if you want to spend a little bit less money and just get more in touch with the dirt and the nature of life, then by all means just go outside and take a deep breath. And that always calms me down. It makes me feel so much better.
I definitely second that. I recently relocated to Los Angeles, and I've been, going on different hikes, and I found that I haven't quite experienced anything like that before. It's definitely a very calming, enjoyable experience.
Yeah, it's also very humbling, Blair. Do you know why? Because to the dirt we shall return. So to be around these trees, and they know things we'll never know. The secrets they know will always echo for us forever, because we will return to them. And it's just like, I just have this appreciation for dirt and trees and just land, because that's ultimately what we are. We're all one. So ultimate respect to it. Yeah. So welcome to LA as well. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The one scene I found really funny was when you were in the cabin with Mary, and there was like a raccoon inside the cabin, and she sort of started freaking out. And now she explained that she had a bad experience in the past with the raccoon. So what I want to know from you is, have you ever had a bad experience with like an animal or just any type of thing, and that still terrifies you to this day, or that you still don't like seeing to this day?
That's a good ass question, man. I was not expecting you to ask me that. Wait a minute. Wait, a crazy experience with an animal. Oh my gosh, bro, you're killing me. Whoa, wait. I want to get this right. Okay, what happened? Well, I don't know. Well, in Helena, just when we were filming this film, as I said, they put me in a cabin, and I'd left one of the windows open one morning, and I got back after a long day of filming, and there was this big ass bird in my bedroom.
Really? Nah.
Yeah, and there was bird droppings everywhere, and I couldn't get
Oh
it.
no! How did you
Freaking out.
react to that? Yeah.
And then, well, obviously, I've walked in, and I'm not expecting to see a bird just chilling by my pillow watching the TV. So obviously, I've got the dog with me, and the dog's freaking out.
Yeah.
And I just remember, just like I was just freaking out, and I'm trying to get the door open. He was going under the bed, and I was just getting creeped out. I was like, because I don't eat meat, man. I'm really I reason I don't eat meat is because I do not want to hurt animals. I don't agree with killing them, so I won't eat it. I don't judge anyone else, but I will not do it. So trying to get this lovely bird out while not plucking any of his feathers, and the dog trying to decapitate him, it was a lot. It was a big deal. In the end, saying the hens prevailed, and I just sort of opened all the windows and just shut the doors and left him. And when I got back, it was just poop and feathers everywhere. But he was out. He was good. So that was a freaky experience.
You weren't worried that more birds would kind of like come in once you left all the doors and windows?
Nah, man, bro. My negotiation skills are crazy, bro. I'm ready for anyone who comes back. Like the first one, he was there to just test the waters. And if his gang came back, I'd have sat them all down and be like, guys, I'm renting this place right now.
Right.
But no, I love birds. Just a little freaked out, you know. I'm from the city, man, of Birmingham, so bird was a little bit too close to me, you know.
Absolutely. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there were a lot of holiday activities in this film that take place at the ranch. So, what is a holiday activity that you do each year that really gets you in the holiday spirit?
Usually, when I go back home to the UK, and I'm with my family, my favorite thing is to be around the children, the kids. I mean, I'm not talking like, 15, 14. I'm talking like 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, those ages when you just like literally, you're in the zone Christmas Day, man. Like, when we were young and we was in the zone and Santa is real. And, just everything was bigger, the chocolate, the music, the TV films, the throwing up, the wrapping paper, like, that for me is my favorite part. Is to be around the kids on the floor, getting dirty clothes, and just playing games, shooting around, playing with their toys. Just that for me is the ultimate thing. Just being around the kids and that innocence and that aura of just pure bliss, man. That for me,
seeing their excitement just makes everything so much more
magical. Yeah. Those are the moments, because as you get older, you grow up and you realize life is a trap if you grow up to a certain age, so they sort of remind me of the innocence and purity of what is, and I love that element of Christmas. And certain Christmas carols always bring me back to that time. It's priceless, man.
Yeah, Christmas carols and Christmas movies definitely have a way of just really putting you back in the spirit.
Dude, I watched Home Alone all year. I'm not waiting for Christmas, bro.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely some you can watch like the whole year round. Like this Christmas is one for me that I could just, if it's on, I'll watch it,
Yeah, every word for word.
Yeah, definitely. Me. Now, speaking of Christmas movies, what I really love about these holiday films is that they all sort of like cover very diverse themes and topics. Like this one, Mistletoe in Montana, talks about going to Montana and experiencing a whole different Christmas than you would in Los Angeles. However, they all showcase the meanings of Christmas, spending a holiday with the ones you love, and just being thankful. So how would you describe Mistletoe in Montana?
How would I describe it? Ooh. Oh man. I'd say it's a film where I feel like you should sort of lean into vulnerability a little bit, because my character's very much vulnerable. He's out of his comfort zone. He's got his kids with him. He's on a horse he doesn't know, and he's in love with someone he has no idea, who they are as well. So, and at the end of it, I think it works out for him. So I'd say just to take from this film is just, because for me, vulnerability is the big muscle of emotions. It really is. So I feel like a film like this, someone like my character, he gets very vulnerable. And in the end, I think it pays off for him. So I'd be advised to just enjoy the process of wanting to just say why not sometimes, and just be vulnerable in love and in life with everything. Just be a little bit vulnerable because everyone's a little bit too matter of fact these days, and then you ruin all the mystery. Where's all the mystery? Matter of fact.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I enjoy that with this film, just the vulnerability of it, and just brilliant feel good factor.
So in the film, you and your family, you spend Christmas going to Montana. Have you ever spent the holiday season or Christmas away from your home and family? And if so, where and how was that experience?
Yes, I have. Obviously, been from the UK. I'm a long, long way home. I have no family here. I'm about 6,000 miles door to door. I've done it once. I was bored one day. And so, yeah, I mean, I've done a couple Christmases alone. And not alone, but without my family. They are tough, but I do look at the bigger picture. But I think the craziest Christmas is actually going to be this Christmas. I'm not going back to England. A couple of my friends have invited me to a place called Big Bear to do snowboarding, which is something I've never done before. And that's Christmas Day. We're going to just grab some gear and just go down there. So I think this one will be quite interesting to be around no sort of traditional vibes, no family, no food, no nothing, just snowboarding, snow, and I guess a good time in the cards, So yeah, that should be interesting.
That definitely sounds like an awesome time. I've heard of Big Bear before, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. So that sounds like it would be.
Well, you'll hear like because you're new here. You will have a lot of people inviting you at some point. If you want to get the snow elements in your life, then Big Bear is somewhere you'll go. Yeah.
Okay. Now you kind of touched base on it a little bit, but we all know and love Melissa Joan Hart. What was it like working with her on this film?
What? Are you crazy? I grew up. She got me through my childhood.
Right, of course.
Like most people, like, come on, man, she's a legend.
Yeah, definitely.
And not only that, I said earlier, like just to watch her off camera, watching what's going on. It's very inspiring to see. She sort of connects a lot of dots. There's a few of us trying to figure something out. She'll just chime in with a line and be like, "Oh, why don't we put it there? Or why don't you walk there? And why don't we bring that down and go that way?" And everyone goes, "Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense." And I think that just comes with her million years in the industry. So to watch someone like her just in her element, man, it is so cool.
She's very hands-on in the process.
Yeah, she is, man. She's dope. And her mom as well, man. Paula's just so cool just to see them as a double team. Like, they're a really cool family and a great element. And I'm glad to have been involved in this process with them, for them to want me to get involved, Yeah, man. I'm a 90s. Well, I was born in the 80s, but I'm a 90s kid, So
right.
She's like, she is the 90s, So she's my era, So
absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah.
Now, what upcoming projects do you have coming up? What else are you working on?
Well, right now, I'm just in the meeting stage. I'm seeing what's happening. I can't really speak on a couple of things yet because when I hear action is when I believe everything. Other than that, it's just fantasy, So I'm just enjoying the process of just being, in a position to not choose work for certain reasons other than my passion right now, because I've been doing this, it's my 17th year. It was my anniversary last month. 17 years I've been acting. So thank you, man. So it feels good just to, take my time, and I plan to retire from acting when I'm 86 years old, So no, really, that's my plan. I'm in a timeless profession. Like, it is one of the beauties of being an actor. Like, I'm not a boy band. I'm not a model. I'm not, this and that. Like, there's a lot of jobs are limited. Like, my job, I just have to keep myself tidy and treat it as a marathon and not a sprint, and I'll be okay.
So why 86 specifically? You said 86, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that was just the age you went with?
But that's the age when you've got to like start slowing down, right?
Hey, I don't know. I would imagine somewhere around that age.
Well, why 86? I don't know, man. I just think 86 is a good middle playing ground field. You've done enough. I don't want to be carried off set. I want to walk off set with my dignity. And I think 86, my granddad's 88, 89, and he's still got all his faculties. So I think 86 is good. So give me another 40, 50 odd years, get my black and white, salt and pepper, Idris Denzel Grays on. Let me grow into my old man,
So you chose a number and you stuck with it. I respect it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling, man. I'm in a great place. I'm at peace, and I'm very happy, very happy.
I love to hear that. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you all catch Mistletoe in Montana on Lifetime on Friday, December 17th at 8/7 Central. Now, is there anything else you'd like to add, Duane?
Yeah, I just want to say I am so proud of everyone who's watching this. Tough year we've all had. We've all stuck in there together, and I'm just grateful to be in a human race where, been through a lot of stuff in these last couple of years, but I think we're all getting there. It's been tough and a lot of down, been a lot of down to this, but I think overall, I'm just proud of how everyone has come through, and I just want to wish everyone a great festive season and a big start to the new year for everyone, man. I wish you all nothing but the best.
Absolutely. Now, where can everyone find you on social media?
Oh, wow. Instagram is Duane Henry Official, DuaneHenry. I'm not on it much, but I'm going to get more involved, because I like being in the real world. Yeah, it's mainly Instagram I just use, or just catch me outside, man, and just give me a big old hug, air hug,
Air hug, of course, 6 feet.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm around, and as I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be on your screens until I'm about 80, so I ain't going nowhere.
All right, man. Well, everyone, make sure you follow him. Check out the movie this Friday. Thank you again, Duane, and happy holidays.
Thank you, Blair. God bless. See you later. Bye.